Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we have another pairing video. It's a blackberry mojito and a chimichurri steak sandwich. We're going to start with the drink, of course. First, we're going to add some mint leaves. Then we're going to toss in a couple blackberries, 1/4 of a lime squeezed, and about 2 ounces of simple syrup. Next, we're going to muddle all those flavors together. We want to make sure we really crush up all that blackberry goo. If you don't, it stays pretty chunky and it's kind of a pain to drink. After that, we're going to add some ice cubes, and then we're going to add our 4 ounces of our whiskey. We're going to add the top to the tumbler and give it a good shake. Next, we're going to find an appropriately sized glass so we can rock our cocktail back and forth after we add the 2 ounces of soda. I give it like 2 or 3 good rocks before I pour myself a glass, and then I'm going to wipe off my station and give it a try and see how this tastes. It's pretty good. I like that. Next, we're going to start on our chimichurri. It's a very simple item to make, and it's a great accompaniment to any steak dish you make. We're going to start off with a whole bunch, literally a bunch of fresh parsley. We're going to pick it off the stems. Then we're going to add about a 1/2 cup of packed cilantro to our food processor, 3 garlic cloves, and about a 1/2 red onion, rough chopped or diced. We're going to add a little sea salt, black pepper, red pepper flakes, cumin, coriander, dried oregano, and about 1/2 of a lemon. We're going to squeeze the juice out of that, making sure we catch all the seeds. Next, we're going to add about 3 tablespoons of white vinegar. The recipe called for red wine, but I didn't have any, so I just substituted white. After that, we're going to squeeze about 1/4 of a lime and then add about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Lock the lid on, and then we're going to drizzle in about a 1/2 cup to 3/4 of a cup of extra virgin olive oil until we get the perfect consistency, scraping the sides as necessary. Then I added most of my mix to a small mason jar to preserve and keep for whenever I want to use it. We're going to heat our cast iron skillet with just a little bit of olive oil until it starts to smoke. And then we're going to throw our steak in, season side down first, pressing it down to make sure it's contacting on all surfaces. I added a little salt, pepper, and Montreal seasoning. That is literally all I season my steak with a majority of the time. I seared this on both sides for about 4 minutes each. My temperature is a little lower than I would like, so it takes a bit longer to cook. After that, we're going to add our nice crusty sub roll to the skillet with a little bit of butter on it just to get it nice and toasty. And that's probably going to toast for maybe, a minute or two before it's perfect and nice and hot and steamy. You're going to remove it from the pan, and then we're going to prepare to dress our sandwich. For this particular cut of meat, I use a small sharp paring knife to remove the bone. I save that for later, and I use my chef knife to cut across the grain to make sure this is as tender as possible. First, we're going to bring our bread back to the center of the frame. It is nicely toasted and steamy and warm. And then we're going to spread about a teaspoon or a tablespoon of chimichurri sauce across the bottom of the bun before adding the steak to the top. I spoon maybe another tablespoon of chimichurri on top before adding some leftover pico I had from the tacos. From our last video, take a few pictures for the gram and dig in. And this sub is absolutely amazing. The chimichurri goes so well with the pico and the steak on this bun. The blackberry mojito is a perfect accompaniment to this, and as you can tell, I absolutely demolished this thing. If you like this video and want to see more content, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends, put that bell on for notifications for when I upload, and as usual, thank you for watching. See you next time.